Okay, I'm Susan Johnlich, and I've been seeing Dr. Nyree for 2 years now, I think. And when I first came to her, I was really sick. I felt like I was living in a weighted suit. It was very hard to move. I had no energy, no strength. I thought I was dying, and I was ready to because I was so miserable and I just couldn't find any help. I started my journey back in 1998 when I suddenly started getting headaches and dizziness and pain that was horrible. And I kept getting all these tests and nobody could figure out what was wrong. So I found a doctor who treated me with IV therapy, and I had a nice 4-year remission. And she said it wouldn't come back. It was a systemic viral infection and it was gone. I didn't have to worry about it. But it came back. And I just slowly went downhill again. I started losing my energy. I started losing my strength. I started not feeling well. I started needing more sleep than I used to. So when I came to Dr. Nyree, I had had the IV therapy before and I knew it had helped. And I honestly wasn't expecting a whole lot because it's been up and down all these years. I mean, we're talking like over 20 years. I get better, I get worse, I get better, I get worse. But I'm getting better. My energy's better. I found out that I could actually squat down now. I couldn't do that before. I thought it was because I had surgery on my knee and I thought the muscle just didn't work. And all of a sudden one day I went to get up, using my husband, thinking I'm not gonna be able to get up by myself. And I could get up by myself. I actually felt the muscle engage. And that was such a cool feeling. So I'm so happy that I found Dr. Nyree, and she's so gentle and kind, and I can't do everything she tells me to do. I get overwhelmed really easy, and she's very patient. She doesn't scold me. She doesn't make me feel bad. She's just very kind, and I've seen her kindness in many ways, not just to me, but to the other patients here, and I'm really, really grateful for Dr. Nyree and all her staff.
Thank you. Would you say, you had luck with the traditional medicine route?
No, my mom was a nurse. So growing up, it was, you had an accident, you took a pill, the pain went away. You got sick, you took a pill, the illness went away. I got sick, I took pills, it didn't go away. They put me on all kinds of medicine, including prednisone. They diagnosed me with inner ear collagen reaction syndrome. They diagnosed me with a brain tumor, hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain, all of which was later diagnosed by a doctor in that field to not be true. So I got to the point where I started knowing that if I was diagnosed with something, probably wasn't true, because I was going to go see a specialist who was going to say, no, that's not it. So I got sick in 98, and in 2009, I think, is when I found the first doctor who was able to say, yes, you have Lyme disease, and yes, we can treat it. And so I began, and like I said, it's been up and down and up and down, and I have not, since that remission I had in 2000 up to 2004, I had a 4-year remission from about 2000 to 2004. I have never gotten my strength fully back. I've never gotten my life fully back. I spent a lot of my life on the couch right now, but I'm getting better. We go to the beach. I'm actually standing the whole time we're there. Used to be I would go and I'd have to sit. I just could not stand up. I couldn't hold myself up. So feel like life is coming back into my body.
Wonderful. If you were to meet someone and just strike up a conversation with them and found out that they were struggling with some health issues and are not finding any help with a traditional doctor, how would you talk to them about Dr. Nyree, or possibly refer a patient here for?
I have done it already. Talked to people that have been sick with something doctors can't really figure out, or they've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome. And I tell them that, I was really sick. I mean, I was dying and nobody knew what was wrong with me. Nobody could figure it out. And they said, there's nothing we can do. Go have a miserable life. And of course, that was not something I wanted to do. So I met my first naturopath doctor in 2000. And she treated me with IV. And it was the first time I'd been introduced to the whole non-medical traditional world. And so when I got sick again, I knew I had to find a doctor that knew both regular medicine and the natural health way to go. And I Googled doctors that do IV therapy. And I found a site that said, I guess it was like ivtherapy.com or something like that. And Dr. Nyree was one of the first names that came up. I called a couple of different names on there. Some of them weren't taking new patients. Some of them were so expensive it was impossible. And Dr. Nyree's rates are very reasonable. They're so much easier to manage than anything else I have done anything else I've ever done. And I'm not taking 10 gallons of pills every day. If I react to something unexpectedly, she doesn't get mad. She just walks me through it. And so when I meet somebody that's experiencing the same kind of thing where traditional medicine just isn't getting them there, I share my story with them and they say, you want to know the name of my doctor? Here you go. And I give the name and the phone number.